Welcome back to my channel, it's Ryan the Collector Kid, and thank you so much for joining me. That's right, it's been about a year since I went to Sydney last year to catch up with Matt and Andrew from Keep On Collecting and Scott Crusher. So I'd been planning this for a little while now to go to Sydney this year. I really wanted to go in July. It didn't sort of fall within that month as July is my birthday. But I was able to organise an awesome trip with the guys for May. That's right, we went to CollectorCon for the 28th of May, and boy was it awesome. But a bit more on that later. Let's wind it back a bit and we'll start the journey. So I was able to head over to Sydney with my good friend Dave, who's a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. Sadly, Enzo couldn't make it this time, but I'm sure, mate, you'll be able to make the next one. So me and Dave headed to the airport late Friday night to catch a red-eye flight to Sydney. So we made it to the airport safely, checked in our bags, headed to our flight. I'm not really much of a sleeper on planes overnight, so sadly me and Dave didn't really get much sleep. So we got there Saturday morning, and Scott was awesome in picking us up from the airport. So after Scott picked us up, we headed on through Sydney up to Penrith, had a bit of a pit stop at the local Macca's in Penrith, and caught up with Dean and Dan, and of course Andrew from Keep On Collecting as well. So it was cool to catch up with those guys. So obviously I had a bit of breakfast to eat, and then it was on to second childhood toys. Now, Carl owns Secondhand Childhood Toys, and we were able to get there around 9 AM. Now, this place was brimming with collectible toys everywhere. Every cabinet had vintage toys from Mask to Centurions, and just a really great plethora of toys to select from. We were also able to go through lots of tubs that Carl had as well. We found some awesome goodies. Now, it wasn't just toy hunting for myself. I wanted to get some toys for my kids as well. So my son Henry loves Ghostbusters. Of course, I love Ghostbusters as well. I was able to get some Ghostbuster figures for Henry, and I got a little My Little Pony for Zoe as well. Now, prior to heading to Sydney, I was able to message Leigh, who's recently created this amazing book on Mighty Max. So if you love your Mighty Max playsets and you haven't got it yet, would strongly recommend contacting Leigh, or you can order the book via his Instagram account. I'll leave a link down below. And you can also order it through Amazon and another website, which I'll also link in the description as well. So it was such an honor to have Leigh there, and he caught up with us at Second Childhood Toys. We'd basically been messaging back and forth on Instagram. He said, look, give me 24 hours and we'll see what we can do. Within 24 hours, Leigh was like, yep, I've got my flights booked, I've got my hire car, and got his early birds tickets for CollectorCon as well. So Leigh met us at Second Childhood Toys, and such a humble guy, really easy to talk to. We were sort of going through the different tubs and things like that. So we're kind of going through the Mighty Max tubs and things like that. And just out of the blue, Leigh found me this little guy.
For destruction, Mighty Max!
Yeah, because we're coming to get you!
Mighty Max and the Dreadheads, each with its own Max figure.
So this is a Mighty Max Dreadhead Berserker. Look at this, this is incredible. I love the green sort of fluffy troll-like hair. And these are quite small, and it's got a cool little sort of clip belt, so you can sort of clip it on the side of your pants or your top or wherever you sort of want it. Now this one opens up, and you'd obviously put your Mighty Max figure inside there, and then it sort of closes up shut. I've sort of started to collect these little mini Mighty Max Dreadheads, and they're pretty hard to find these days. But thank you again, Leigh. Huge shout out for finding that one for me, and I got a great deal on that one as well. Now, obviously, having a look through Centurions, as you know, I recently did a episode on Centurions and a live stream with Luke from Reynolds Reviews as well. So if you haven't checked those episodes out, I'll leave a link in the description where you can rewatch those. Yeah, so I was obviously looking for some extra accessories to get for my Centurion figures. Now, he actually had an awesome selection of Centurion figures, including a lot of their outfits and even some boxed items. So I was able to get a really important part for my Jack Rockwell figure that is modeled after Harrison Ford. It's not the standard setup, but when I saw this accessory, I just had to get it to add it to my Jack Rockwell figure, as he doesn't have any accessories yet. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Wild Weasel accessory. This thing is really cool and really quite unique. It's like a motorbike accessory that helps Jack Rockwell get around and sort of battle the bad guys in Centurions. So this thing looks amazing. We've got sort of a head sort of part section here, and sort of a swivel tower part here as well. Now, although there wasn't any other parts with it, I was able to pick it up for a really good price. So again, yeah, really happy with that. So we've got the Jake Rockwell figure here. I'm just gonna obviously simulate what it would look like. So we basically line it up and just push those buttons in on the back there, and you hear that click. And then you can sort of put that shield down, and there you go. How cool is that? I know that Luke from Reynolds Reviews recently did an episode on this, so you can obviously check that out on his channel. I'll leave a link in the description where you can view that, but he goes into this a bit more detail. But basically you can have it sort of sitting like this, like a motorbike. There's obviously other attachments which would go on the front here for an extra wheel and sort of the turret. But the way that Luke has it displayed is sitting upright. There'd be little stirrups that come out the bottom here to keep Jake Rockwell sitting upright, and you can even sort of lift up the face shield there to kind of show him as well. So yeah, really happy again with the Wild Weasel accessory pack from Second Childhood Toys. So thank you again, Carl, for that. Now, obviously, having a look through the tubs and things like that, there were a couple of card packs filtered throughout those tubs. I know that Scott Crusher recently got some of these cards. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about Skeleton Warriors. So I managed to get a couple of packs of these. Now, we've obviously got the Premier Edition card packs here. So I managed to pick up those, and also got some other packs as well. So we'll open those up shortly. Obviously I couldn't go past Captain Scarlet, so I managed to get 2 packs of Captain Scarlet figures as well. And again, Carl did a really awesome deal on all these cards. Basically took the amount off the total, so thank you again, Carl, for that. So let's crack open this pack here and have a look and see what we got. Oh, alright, so first up we have Captain Black, bad guy of the Agents of Spectrum. We then have Colonel White, who is obviously the head of Spectrum. We obviously have a cool card there called Racing the Scene with Captain Scarlet's car, so that's pretty cool. We have our Destiny Angel. We have our Spectrum on Guard with Captain Blue and Captain Ochre. So that's pretty cool. You get 6 cards in the pack there. Let's crack open another pack of cards here. It's pretty cool. Nice, so we've got Brave Volunteers there. So it looks like we've got Captain Scarlet, Captain Blue, and we have another Captain Agent there as well in their space outfits. Next up we have Killing Time. So we've got Captain Scarlet, who's undergoing a operation, pretending to be someone else. We have the classic SPV vehicle. It's one of my favourite vehicles from Captain Scarlet. We also have Fate and the Hero, so the opening scene with Captain Scarlet. And lucky last we have the Spectrum helicopter, which is an awesome vehicle. This card's generally piloted by Captain Blue as well. We'll crack open a Blue Skeleton Warriors card pack as well. These remind me of the Marvel cards that came out in the early 90s. So we have Muda Worm, it's pretty cool. We have Diplomacy. We have the Gorgon. Oh, we have Dr. Cyborg. Look at that. That is a really nice card. That's like a clear printed card. That is awesome. So that's like a suspended animation, and that's a limited edition. So this is number 5 of 10. So wow, they are awesome. I'd love to get a couple more of those. And lucky last we have the Final Battle. There you go. So some really nice cards in there, including some special edition cards. You actually get 8 cards in this pack, so that's pretty awesome. And lucky last, we'll open up this Red Skeleton Warriors pack as well. Might as well. So we have another Final Battle card. Heartstone. Legion of Light. It's all the good guys there. A Touch of Evil. Prisoners Brawl, and Justice for All. Pretty cool start to the collection there. I might have to get some more Captain Scarlet cards and some more Skeleton Warrior cards, but yeah, pretty cool to sort of pick those up from Second Childhood Toys, and as I said, Carl did an awesome job with that. So after we'd gone through Second Childhood Toys, it was time to go and have a look at some other op shops. Now, although I didn't find any pickups at the op shops or little antique centres, sometimes you have good success and sometimes you don't. And obviously, it wasn't my day with the op shops, but that's alright. We still had heaps of fun digging through old VHS tapes, and I was able to find Dean a couple of Land Before Time VHS tapes, and then after we kept going to another op shop, he would find more VHS tapes on Land Before Time, and then Land Before Time DVDs. So it was pretty funny. Once you get one thing, it kind of sometimes one other one comes after that. So yeah, that was pretty awesome to see Dean get those as well. After that, we got a quick bite of lunch as we were feeling pretty hungry by then. And then we headed to Dean and Sarah's house where we checked out Dean's collection room, and this was an incredible collection room, beautifully curated and set up nicely. There was a lot of cabinets with all your TMT figures. He obviously had a lot of Kenner Terminator 2 figures. He had a lot of cool sort of board games, VHS tapes, just a real collection of a bit of everything, to be honest. So let's have a closer look at Dean's collection room. So while we're sitting down having some drinks at Dean's, Dean actually gave me this really cool poster, which is the Real Ghostbusters poster. So I definitely will be putting that up behind my Real Ghostbusters figures. So after that, Scott dropped us off at our hotel in Penrith. And boy, can I tell you, by 6 p.m. We just crashed. We needed some well-rested sleep after a red-eye flight to kind of recharge our batteries for the next morning for Collecticon. So stay tuned as we have a look and see what Collecticon looked like. How much could you do on that one?
70, mate. You come all the way to Sydney.
If you've liked this episode, please like and subscribe. It will help me creating more content. I cannot wait to show you what we picked up on day 2 of Collecticon. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great week, and you know who you're going to call? Ryan the Collector Kid. See you later.